Hi, this is Jared from Reefer. Wanted to give you a 1-year update on the tank, what's gone on this past year and what's to come. So start off with major changes. So originally I had a Reef Bright pendant, radium bulb with two 15-inch XHO strips, and then I switched to a Giesman 250 watt with four T5 bulbs, supplemental, and I really didn't like how bright it was in the room. It was just too much light for the tank, especially with a 24 by 20 frame or dimensions. And then I ended up finding a deal online for this ATI hybrid, and it's just amazing. Four bulbs, 24-inch ATI hybrid. It's just absolutely amazing for this tank. Gives me a 24-hour photo period that I want. You know, moonlights. It gives me everything. Gives me dusk dawn, and also colors up my corals amazingly. So that's the lighting. Flow. I've been using the same flow, the MP10s on the back wall. I've wanted to go side to side, but really on the back wall everything's going good, and I like where it's at. I've adjusted the position here and there, as you can see from the blank spots there. When I redid the rock work, it was a traditional kind of like you know, rockscape where just kind of rocks piled on top of one another, sloping from front to back. When I had sand, and when I removed the sand, I had somebody come over and redo this bonsai scape, and it's been like that for several months now, and everything's been going good. But one thing I noticed when I removed all the sand is the nitrates actually dropped. I was registering about 2 ppm nitrates when I had sand, and it's probably because I don't clean the sand. You know, I don't vacuum the sand. I just kind of stir things up and try to get detritus suspended, and then, you know, go back down the overflow. And so anyways, I had 2 ppm sand at the time, and 2 ppm nitrate at the time, and then when I removed the sand and now it's bare bottom, I have 0, and so that's a huge problem. A lot of people don't know that 0 ppm nitrate is it's actually a big deal, but negatively, it's not a good thing. And so what I decided to do was increase my nitrates by a couple different ways. And so I thought about feeding the fish more, and it's kind of hard to do with the with my Neptune AFS. So I could, you know, increase the dose, how many times they feed per day. That's okay. You know, I did that a little bit. Still didn't go up. The nitrates still didn't go up. So I don't want to feed way overfeed. So what I decided to do was let's try dosing potassium nitrate from Spectracide stump remover. And I've increased it from 10 parts per million per day, or 10 milliliters per day, and I'm currently at 30 milliliters per day. And it's still barely registering, so now it's above 0, but it's between 0 and 0.2. And so I'm going to increase it to, I want to try to get about 1 parts per million. I want to try to get about one part per million nitrate, and see where things go. But I just wanted to note that in the past few days since starting to dose potassium nitrate, I've already noticed an explosion of growth and colors coming back that weren't there before. And so if your tank is like mine, where your nitrates are just too low, I would seriously look at either increasing the nitrate by feeding more, or by trying to supplement with potassium nitrate. It's very easy to make. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon of stump remover. It has to be the Spectracide stump remover. That's the one that's potassium nitrate. 1/4 teaspoon of stump remover for 500 milliliters of, or 400 and 443, I believe, milliliters of water, of RODI water. And so that solution will last a very long time because the stump remover it goes a long way. This is a 1-year update on the tank. Wanted to give you a close-up of the corals. This here over on the left-hand side is a COPS 24K milli. That nub that you see there in the sort of in the center, that was all it started out as, and believe it or not, it's been growing like crazy the last couple months. Down here, I'm going to try to get some focused shots here. This here is a PC rainbow. Skin is starting to get a little bit more dark after adding the potassium nitrate. So it was sort of a lighter skin than this. It's starting to color up a little bit more. Here in the front is one of my personal favorites. This is the Spainbow. Beautiful. Might not register in the photo here or in the video, but it actually has some really beautiful purple tips. Okay, let's go to the next level. This coral right here is a PC Superman. It's kind of hard to see because the light is so bright in the tank, but in person, those pieces that are growing on the left and in the front are actually bright blue. Okay, moving over here to the right a little bit more. Right down here, I just added this one not too long ago, probably about a couple months ago. This is a aquatic man table from Battle Corals. You can see the new growth on it. It's actually starting to grow onto the rock, and it's getting very big, as you can see. Okay, in the back here, this is probably the coral that's grown the most since I originally got it. This is a Cali Tort. It started off as one stag, and you can see how many more there are. Absolutely beautiful. This one is one that gets washed out as well if you don't have enough nitrate in the tank. So since dosing nitrate, the skin's starting to get a little bit darker. It's got a really beautiful green base and bright blue tips. Okay, going on to the next level, start off up here. Hard to see the color, but it's got green polyps and a metallic orange skin. This is called the Schizopolis Sunset. Over next to that, that's called Shades of Fall. It's a pink and almost like a turquoise look. Right down here is the Greg Hiller's Aqua Delight. Trying to get it to focus there a little bit. Okay, one of my favorite corals, Bubblegum, Sniper's Bubblegum Millie. The color in person is bright blue tips with almost like a pink purplish skin, and yes, the polyps are looking very good. Okay, right up top there, that is a Crimson Bliss. It's almost like pink and white, sort of. Okay, right in front here, one of the actually most unspectacular of the bunch is a Coral Kings Rainbow Fusion. And it's really hard to see, but some of the polyps on the new growth, they're green. But other than that, it doesn't look like what is posted online as of yet. Okay, right back here, I'm gonna see if I can pull around the other side. Right here is, and this one's growing a lot too. This is a Sexy Corals Orange Passion. Okay, moving back up to the top. In the back here, kind of hard to see because it's very tiny. Let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit or focus in. Bubble bath unicorn right there, very tiny. Okay, it's starting to color up some. Moving over here. Hyperberry. And then finally, not very colorful yet, but this is a pink flamingo from Battle Corals. Alright, so here's a 1-year update of my frag tank. The frag tank hasn't been set up for a year, but the system has. Whatever I get that I accidentally break in the main display, I will frag off and put in here and then watch it grow a little bit. So there's a little bit of everything. Some of the things in here are not in the display, like in the back there is a Reef Ready grape juice. Also a Pearly Cadaver right there. Back here is a PC Superman that's grown quite big in the very back. We've got some Coral King stuff in here. Sunblaze and a Goku and a Sour Apple. A few others, Mardi Gras. Okay, in the back, way in the back here, we have a name escapes me, but something from Battle Corals. We've got some more stuff, Miyagi Tort and Ultimate Soli, Ultimate Table in there as well. Sanjay's Leprechaun Beard. But anyways, this is the frag tank. It's 30 by 20 by 8 inches tall. I've got a single 150, and the 150 only goes at about 40 to 50%. I've got some snails in there just to take care of some algae, and also a lawnmower blenny. But this is my simple frag setup. It's not very complicated. It's plumbed off the main tank in the sump. So try to keep it all together. But yeah, this is the frag tank. Hope you like it.